Good afternoon, students. This is Professor Inglet, and I'm going to go over acting. I don't use the textbook for this particular PowerPoint, so if you're looking for information related to the quiz, you might want to read the textbook chapter on acting. I feel like this PowerPoint goes over more details of acting than what the textbook may have to offer. All right, let's share the screen. There are different types of acting styles. Let's go over the first one. That's method acting. We have a picture here of The Godfather, Marlon Brando in The Godfather, and he is an example of a method actor. What does a method actor do? They use emotional memory techniques and draw from personal experiences to create authentic performances. So as before they're acting, they think about an emotional experience in their memory, and they bring that emotional experience to the scene. Method acting also focuses on character immersion, involving living as the character offset. So there are many examples of characters playing the same character offset. They remain in the part. Daniel Day-Lewis is known for doing this. He's the same person when he played Abraham Lincoln. He's Abraham Lincoln off the set and on the set. Method actors, Daniel Day-Lewis, Adrian Brody, Hilary Swank, Marlon Brando, and Heath Ledger are good examples of method actors. The next kind of actor is a classical acting. And just like the term classical, think about Shakespeare. And classical acting focuses on voice and distinct and diction, and voice and diction enhance clarity and projection. Next, physical presence and posture convey character status and personality. They follow the classical acting style of a text interpretation. They focus on the interpretation of a text. It's rooted in theatrical traditions like Shakespeare, performance techniques. A good example of classical acting, Laurence Olivier, Katharine Hepburn, and Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh is a more modern example of classical acting. He plays a lot of Shakespearean characters. The next acting style is improvisational acting. That's spontaneous dialogue and actions that create natural, unrehearsed feel. Character development through instant reactions, and often used in comedic performances. Robin Williams is very good at improvisational style. So is Will Ferrell and also Gene Wilder. Um, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the original Chocolate Factory film, Gene Wilder is in, and he does some improvisational styles in that film. There's also something called voice acting. If you don't want to be in front of the camera, you can just record yourselves in cartoons, video games, and animated films. Mark Hamill from Star Wars is an example of a voice actor. Also, Tara Strong and James Earl Jones. Everybody knows his voice from Star Wars as Darth Vader. James Earl Jones has a distinct voice acting style that extends beyond cartoons, animated films, and video games. As you're looking at your films, I want you to, and the actor within your film. When I say actor, I also mean actress as well. Male and female as an actor. Think about the character development. Think about these styles when you're analyzing a film. How does the character integrate body language and gestures? And how does body language and gestures reveal inner thoughts and emotions within the actor? How does the actor use facial expressions? And how do facial expressions convey subtle reactions and unspoken feelings? What about movement patterns? How do movement patterns establish character traits? Charlie Chaplin is known for movement patterns that create or depict a certain character trait. What about tone and pitch? Tone and pitch variations express emotional states and character backgrounds. And accent and dialect use establishes cultural identity or social class. A good example of that is Aaron Brockovich. You have a certain accent and dialect and social class within the Julia Roberts character playing Anna, Erin Brockovich. Other character developments include emotional progression throughout a scene that builds narrative tension, and reactive listening shows engagement and builds relationship between characters. So a character's not speaking, they're just listening. How do they listen in the scene? Watch how they listen in the scene as opposed to speaking. And that also relates to nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication enhances subtext and dialogues, but it also builds relationships between characters. All right, those are different character developments. Uh, Connect those to a film and analyze each development and provide examples from the film, and you'll write a good analysis. There are certain types of actors within films. There's a personality actor. That's an actor who brings their personality into the role. A good example of that is Dwayne Johnson in this film, Black Adam. Also, Ryan Reynolds, I would consider a personality actor. Chameleon actors, that's artists who change like a chameleon from one role to the other. A good example of that is Tilda Swinton, Gary Oldman, and I think Christian Bell's definitely a good chameleon actor. If you look at Christian Bell in Batman versus American Psycho, you'll see the differences in the acting quality. Another type of actor is a creative actor. They tend to play against type and immerse themselves into the role. Two examples of a creative actor would be Denzel Washington and also Tom Hanks. This is a picture of Denzel Washington from Malcolm X. You could say that Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks mostly play positive protagonists, but there are casting against type where they play different roles, such as Malcolm X and Tom Hanks in Road to Perdition plays more of a villain style. Another type of actor is just a non-professional actor, and I've mentioned in some of my other PowerPoints on mise en scène about non-professional actors. They create an authentic style, and they are known in Italian neorealist cinema um, for their non-professional style. Sometimes children are non-professional actors, so bring children into the parts. So that's what I have on acting. Hopefully you've learned something today, and we'll stop there. Bye.